The journey for Chadar trek starts at Leh in Ladakh. It is recommended to acclimatize for 3 days in Leh before you proceed to attempt the Chadar trek. Day 3 is reserved for a medical test that includes testing basic vitals like SpO2, blood pressure, and if there are any other ailments. Every trekker needs to pass this test in order to go ahead on the trek the following day. On day 4, the team head towards the valley, and on the way, we come across the confluence of the rivers Indus and Zanskar. The 2 to 3 hours drive along the Zanskar will get you to the trailhead. It is a fascinating start before you walk on the frozen Zanskar. The section from the trailhead down to the frozen river is a bit sketchy. After a quick briefing by the trek leader and some tips on how to walk on the ice, the team advances towards the first campsite of the day. The layer of Chadar may seem thin here. You can also see various rock formations. Walking in gumboots is a challenge initially. Understanding the ice patterns will take time. Slowly but steadily, you will love it. You can use a walking stick before taking the next step. It is hard to explain the surreal feeling of being on a land where white ice sheets and blue flowing water blend perfectly in the surroundings. The frozen white carpet shines like a gleaming star in the barren land of Ladakh. The white Chadar suddenly may transform into a tiny pathway. You must be careful here. Walking on the ice is like ice skating. The ice platform offers various patterns and challenges at every step. But most importantly, just enjoy. Although walking on a frozen river is something that cannot be put into words. It's anotherworldly and takes you by surprise. After slipping, falling, and trying to gather your balance, you'll be reaching your first campsite at Shingrakoma. Next morning, the thrill continues. The ravishing beauty of the different sections of the river keeps you enchanted throughout the trek. Although the beauty here is disguised in the form of harsh temperatures, and these sub-zero temperatures only allows the river to hold itself in the form of ice sheets. The trek leader on this brutal trek plays a vital role in keeping a check on every individual trekker and is always there to guide them on different sections of the river. He will be sometimes in front and behind of the team to ensure the safety of the team. They are well experienced on the terrain and have done this trek multiple times to learn all the tricks and hacks of this trek. In terms of fitness, the trek is not so difficult, but mentally it is challenging and tests your willpower every day. The temperatures are similar here. Chadar can be different. The river flow here is silent and Chadar is not hard at some places. Overcoming fear at every step, you will arrive at your next campsite of Tip. There will be moments where you will be walking in the freezing pool of water.
Good job, guys.
Chadar is a unique trek. In order to keep your body warm, you will definitely come across trekkers dancing and doing crazy body movements to keep themselves warm. As you move on to the most awaited location of the trek, which is Nerak, you will witness the most iconic landmark of Chadar trek, the frozen waterfall of Nerak. The waterfall is a nature's masterpiece that attracts trekkers around the world and a sight that one can never forget. By far, Nerak will be the coldest of all the sections on the trek, where the temperature goes down to as low as -30 degrees. While returning from Nerak, we encountered some broken sections on the way. The frozen sheet of ice and the still rapids were not frozen anymore. Slabs of ice had gotten loose and got broken from the main river. In fact, there was no Chadar left to walk on.
The condition of the Chadar is not good at the moment. We are returning from Nerak waterfall.
Now, the survival mode had kicked in, and myself, in the role of documenting this trek, was witnessing some harsh realities of this trek.
Going ahead to check if there's any way to move from here.
There was no terrain left to trek on. We could not go back, and there was absolutely no way to go forward.
आज शाम को 6 बजे 48 आवर्स हो जाएगा जब से हम यहाँ पे फंसे हुए हैं. बट इन बिटवीन ऑल ऑफ दिस आई वुड लाइक टू से कि सबके अंदर बहुत स्ट्रेंथ है और बहुत होप है पूरे ग्रुप में.
हम लोग किचन वाले टेंट में बैठे हैं और यहाँ से अभी एक बंदा लोबजांग निकला है जो नियरेस्ट विलेज है वहाँ पर राशन लेने के लिए, और होपफुली वो राशन लेके वापस आ जाए. एक्चुअली बर्फ़ सुबह से स्नोफॉल हो रहा है और स्नोफॉल होने की वजह से चादर पूरी टूट चुकी है. जाना बहुत डेंजरस भी है. अभी बोला मंडे से ज्वाइन कर लूँगा. आप तो भाई कोई पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं है. हमको पता नहीं कि रेस्क्यू करने कोई आएगा भी या खाना देने भी कोई आएगा. और अगर अभी तो सब लोग ठीक है, किसी को कोई मेडिकल कंडीशन नहीं है, बट अगर इनकेस कुछ होता है तो यहाँ पर कोई हेल्प नहीं है आसपास. तो ये सब चीज़ें ध्यान में रखकर आना और तैयारी से आना कि भाई ऐसा हुआ तो क्या करना है.
We are somewhere in between Nerak and Tip Cave, and we've been stuck here for last 3 days now. And this morning was going to be our third attempt to cross the Chadar because it's broken. चादर के लिए अच्छा नहीं है आज क्योंकि टेम्परेचर थोड़े बढ़ गए हैं स्नोफॉल की वजह से. क्लाउड कवर आ चुका है ऊपर, इस वजह से चादर नहीं जम रही है. लद्दाख का माउंटेन रेस्क्यू टीम is here while we were stuck, and they've spoken to the DC, and what we figured out is we're gonna head back to Nerak, and वहाँ से probably कल हमारा एयरलिफ्ट होगा because we are badly trapped here. There's no other way.
Trek the Himalayas as an adventure travel company commits and assures of getting all the trekkers back in these kind of situations. It is only possible because of the quick response team at the base camp that coordinates with local authorities and keeps transparent communication in order to rescue the stranded trekkers. Here, the credibility and the authenticity of the company that you have chosen comes into play. Recognized by IMF and Ministry of Tourism, Trek the Himalayas made sure that all the trekkers must get rescued at any cost, and thus maintain their optimum level of operation even in this adverse scenario.
Welcome
वेलकम टू नेरक. मेरे देखो कहाँ जवान अपने इधर सारे.
Today is our third day at Nerak, and the weather has finally cleared up. It's a bit cloudy still. According to the rescue team, they're saying that the choppers can fly. Right now we're moving towards the helipad in Nerak village, and it's going to be a 1 hour climb from the place where we were staying for last 2 days. So finally, as you can hear, the helicopters are hovering around us, and it's a good day. After 1 week of struggling in Zanskar, finally gonna get rescued today. That's the Ladakh rescue team. Welcome us to the helipad. Welcome. Thank you.